Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we are going to go ahead and just basically we're going to go ahead and start a new series on this channel called Team Builder Tuesday. Yippee! Anyway, so we're going to start a new series on this Team Builder Tuesday, which just essentially lets us go ahead and help you guys build some teams. I am going to try and get back into the more competitive aspect of what the channel used to be. I'll still do Let's Plays and stuff, and we'll do this for all the people who kind of want to just, looking for a guide or something. And we'll keep it like an equal amount of competitive versus casual. That way I can attract, people who just want to watch Pokemon, and then I can attract the more competitive community again. Where I was at. So here we go. So today we're actually going to be talking about one of my favorite, a hyper offensive. Sorry, I'm pounding the keyboard. Bam! Bam! Because we got such enthusiasm about this hyper offensive Team Builder Tuesday. Alright, so I'll try and not pound the keyboard as much. I kind of get excited about hyper offensive teams. So there's going to be a few things that you're going to need for a hyper offensive team. First thing is going to be a stealth rock setter, because the stealth rocks kind of help break focus ashes, break sturdies, and lets you do some damage. Then you're going to need like a physical sweeper and a special sweeper. And this is just a basic thing. I'm honestly not going to do like a super meta team, but it's just a team builder. So physical sweeper and stealth rock setter, or special sweeper and stealth rock setter, can be around the same thing, because you essentially you can run something like a Azelf who has access to stealth rocks, but it still has a massive move pool to still get good coverage, even with swapping out a move. So there's that. You can combine these guys right here. It's possible. And then you're going to need a hazard remover. Mainly because obviously you're hyper offensive. Most of your team's going to be pretty weak, so any additional damage is going to do quite a bit actually. So obviously you're going to want to try and avoid additional damage. That's the hazard remover. Get rid of hazards. It's good. You can either do this in the form of a defogger or a rapid spinner. It really is up to you. It also depends if you still need stealth rock set up or not. So like a defogger will remove hazards on both sides of the fields, which is useful if you don't have stealth rocks, or if the enemy team's low enough that stealth rocks aren't really going to matter at that point. Or you can do like a rapid spinner if you need some, if you need to go ahead and do that. Defogger's just nice because you can use it on everything, because it's a flying type move. So Ghost can't stop you on that. Then another thing I like to run on my hyper offensive teams is like a pivot scarfer, like Rotom or Scizor. Just there to keep the momentum going, so you can use U-turn or Volt Switch, get out of there pretty easily, and it'll be good. It'll be fantastic, actually. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6. So things you need to probably consider is a Mega. Well, hold up. Things you need to consider is a Mega. You can probably need a Mega. You can also do multiple Scarfers, which is possible. Like your physical sweeper could be a Scarfer, because Scizor has Bullet Punch and does tons of damage to anything that's not a physical wall. So there's that. Can obviously do that. Another thing is Stall. You need to consider that, because that's probably going to ruin your hyper offensive movement, because they are designed to take a lot of hits. So obviously you need to be careful of Stall, and then you also need to consider your team setup. Now I'm not going to consider this last one just for pure quickness. We're going to go to Showdown now, and we're going to just call this hyper offensive demonstration. By the way, yippee! They should be paying me for this. We'll say it's OU just because that nets us a lot of stuff. So we're gonna go for this. And good stealth rock setter. Let's see. Diane's pretty good. And we can give it Diane sight. And we'll give it stealth rock, obviously. What kind of like, yeah, let's see. What does it get? What does it get? It doesn't really get. Okay, so we'll go physical. Diamond Storm, and I don't know. We'll say Gyro Ball. Just kind of, actually screw it. We don't have to go full move set right there. But that's your stealth rocker right there. Just combined with a little bit of a physical sweeper. It's always nice for your stealth rocker to have like some other utility to take up another slot of the thing, because it leaves you room. So then after that we'll say who's pretty good on the special side. He tries pretty good. We'll say Keldeo. Keldeo's pretty good. We'll give it Life Orb. So we'll give it Life Orb, and this can be your like special sweeper right here. I'm obviously not thinking when I'm making this team. So for a little bit of flair, let's make it Keldeo Resolute. There, flair. But it completely. So I like to run Life Orbs on a lot of my hyper offensive teams because you just want to output as much damage as physically possible. Right here, you can choose Hyper Pump or Surf. It's really up to you. Do you want accuracy or do you want power? Secret Sword, obviously. Yeah. And we'll call that good enough for right now. Alright, so now Physical Sweeper. So, you can do like Escadrille. He can be used for physical sweeping. He also fills in the Rapid Spin niche, but he doesn't have as much damage. Let's look. Let's just look at our choices right here. We'll say Talonflame. Talonflame's a pretty good pick. Again, with the Life Orb, and of course, obviously Gale Wings. Brave Bird everything. That's the only move we need. Anyway, so there's your physical sweeper. Got your special sweeper here that can actually take out special walls. Keldeo's really good for that because of the Secret Sword. How it works out. You got Diancie, Mega Diancie. That's gonna be do a lot of damage. Now you need like a defogger, but you probably want a pretty offensive defogger. So we'll say a Zapdos because he's pretty offensive and pretty bulky to top it off. So you actually get a little bit extra on the special side. Now we need that pivot. We need that pivot, boys. We need the pivot. Scarfer or pivot, actually. Rotom. Rotom Wash. And, yeah, we'll go Rotom Wash. We'll say Rotom Wash. Yeah, Choice Scarf, obviously. Obviously, because pivot Scarfer. Volt Switch, pretty key. Obviously, you can do like a physical pivot Scarfer as well that has U-turn. And then, I mean, this is looking like a nice wrapped up team, but hey, we can just add a little bit more to it. And we'll add Scizor, and we'll give him a Choice Band, and he also happens to pivot a little bit, U-turn, blah 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 blah. And this is a team, boys. This is a hyper offensive team. Now, obviously, don't like make this from actual like scratch, because as you can see, I didn't give it a full move set, and I also didn't really consider. I just made this up in like 5 minutes. But hey, it's an essential hyper offensive team. So make sure for Team Builder Tuesday, if you guys enjoy this series, make sure you like it. Comments would be great. Just because, you know, maybe you guys want to see Stall next, maybe you guys want to see a team built around Mega Drill. I don't know what you guys want to see. I'll go by what you guys actually want to see most of the time. If I don't get anything, I'll just kind of go on to the next idea in my head. Other than that, you guys can help influence what this Team Builder Tuesday is, because it's really for you guys. You know, a low guide in making teams, a little bit of help. I can delve into almost anything. So, like, there's Ubers. And then if you do enjoy my content and want to see more of me, make sure you subscribe. But that pretty much ties it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed. LOL. Lamau. GG. Novi. Peace out. Alright, there you go. See you guys later. Goodbye.